So if you want to talk to us about your resolutions, we're chatting about it at our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Just go to Facebook like you probably do every day and look for the Hampton Road Show, and that's where you can chat with us.
Yeah, I think you're going to head over to the kitchen and chat with Chef Bob.
Yay!
This morning.
Hey, Chef Bob. Do you have any resolutions? I hope one of them is to resolve to keep coming on the Hampton Road Show and sharing your talents.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
Good.
Call me, and
Okay.
I think I got to work on this. But, I think that's one of the most common ones, right?
Oh,
Second,
yeah. People
and
just, they decide they want to get healthy.
then by February.
But maybe not this year.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I said, we're going to try, I think hopefully everybody's kind of...
Ham and turkeyed out.
Right, and we're going to try to do something a little different, and we're just something quick and easy.
Yes.
So, and it sounds a little more difficult than it will be, and we've got a few steps to make that quick.
So what exactly are you calling this?
Okay.
We said it was a seafood smorgasbord.
Yeah. Well, it's basically sauteed shrimp and scallops, and with pancetta. It's going to be like a little Dijonnaise type of cream sauce on there. So, and we're going to put that over some pasta, and it's a pasta that's now showing up at Farm Fresh, and we were talking about that before about looking at, and it's made from quinoa.
Well, I mean, this year you introduced us to quinoa here on the Hampton Road Show. That kind of, I mean, they call it a superfood, just a protein and nutrient-filled grain, and now they have made pasta out of it. So that's great for people who are trying to get rid of, cut down the carbs as much as they can.
And thank you. You're the one who turned me on to that one.
Well, you're welcome.
So, but we're going to get started here. We got the pancetta. I had to start it up a little early because it takes a little bit to get it. We want to get to almost that crispy stage.
Yeah.
Okay. And we want to keep that grease and oil in the same.
So if people go to Farm Fresh or their grocery store and they say, intending to buy pancetta, are they headed for the deli or are they headed for the case where the bacon is and the Canadian bacon?
For the to the deli.
To the deli.
And they'll slice it for you there. And then basically just what I just did was dice it up. Some of our stores do have some pre-diced product, but really get the freshest one, get it from the deli there, and they'll get that for you. And that's a great question. And we got some wild scallops here. And we're just going to go ahead and just get these started a little bit. And I think what I want to show is on some of these scallops, there's a little bit of a muscle meat. You see that little? Take that off.
Okay.
That could be a little
tough.
That could be a little chewy.
Yeah. It's the part that holds the scallop in the shell.
Absolutely.
So it's not not good eating.
So you paid attention that day in biology, right? Okay.
I did. That's right. Just that day. That was the one.
And then we're just going to get this started. And I said, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we're going to just get this
because they'll cook fast.
They will. We're going to go just kind of slightly brown them off, and then we have some shrimp.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and give them a quick second. Yeah, go ahead and
you're taking the tails off, which is great.
I did take the tails off. I kind of feel like when you have like a dish you can eat with a fork, you don't want to sit there and start pulling the tails off.
No, you don't. Should it go all in?
Yeah, go ahead and go in. And we're just going to move this. What I'm going to try to do is move the scallops out to the side, move the shrimp into the center.
Okay.
And then that kind of helps that cook a little bit. And we're just going to cook that up real quickly here.
And we will put the ingredients at thehamptonroadshow.com so folks can make that at home. I'm very curious about the Dijonnaise sauce.
Yeah, and just basically looking for, just to kind of rich and infuse that Dijon mustard into it a little bit to kind of give it a little bit of a change from some of your typical cream sauces.
So you're looking for the scallops to get kind of nice and white and the shrimp to turn pink.
Right, absolutely. Yeah,
I learned a lot. I'm like a star student over here.
Let's go ahead. Well, I was going to say, you want to throw a little salt and pepper on here?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I know. I started turning it the wrong way. It's always something. Do. Everybody's got some. This is salt, right?
Yeah, just a little pinch of salt. There you go.
Kosher salt, right?
Kosher salt,
or sea salt?
Sea salt. Sea salt is. I'm kind of been kind of moving over to the sea salt side, but the kosher salt, the larger grain, is just a little easier to work with, and
you don't put too much.
Don't put too much. Absolutely, you can control a little better.
All right, we're going to work on that sauce when we come back. But you guys probably remember when Mark. How about Mark Curry? Wasn't he funny?
Oh, he was great.
He was kind of making fun of our set, but he was funny.
He was.
I enjoyed meeting him. All right, where are we with our scallop and shrimp?
Yeah, slow it up a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and just bring the heat back up on this. We're going to deglaze the pan with a little bit of wine, and we'll finish it off with some cream and Dijon mustard.
Okay.
And then garnish it with little scallions.
Okay.
That'll be the main dish part of it will be done.
Okay.
But we wanted to also accompany it with a few other things like And like today I was going to do like some crostinis.
Yeah.
I have some Asiago bread from our bakery, but I also wanted to do some roasted garlic.
Okay.
And have you do that? Have you ever done that before? The whole bulb?
Yeah, you slice off one end and...
Yeah.
Yep.
I just did that here, and we kind of, I don't know if we can get a shot of that.
You see that, James? Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil. I just took that olive oil away from you. Drizzle a little bit of olive oil over the top.
You go ahead.
Come on, you can. You
See?
okay?
Something slippery on the floor there. We'll get that. All right, is that enough?
That's
Too
good.
much?
Oh, absolutely, it's good.
Okay.
I do a pinch of salt. Pinch a little, couple turns on the black pepper, and that's all. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, a lot kind of came out the first time.
And then we have just a shake of some Italian seasoning.
See, now this I haven't done. I've just done the oil, but I haven't seasoned.
And I just kind of
Look what I've been missing.
just do that, and it just kind of gives that garlic, even with that aroma, gives it a little bit more punch. And we're going to cover with a little foil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in an oven.
Should I try to cover like the bulb or just over the top?
Just over the top of it, it's fine.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is just kind of making a little its own baking dish there. And I'm just going to throw in a 400-degree oven for about 20-25 minutes.
All
and
right,
then
so
you
not
should be
too
done.
long because it's a high temperature.
Right.
Gotcha.
And now we got the heat's finally coming back up on these guys. We'll finish this off. We didn't want to overcook this, so that's why I did turn it off right after the break. And a little disclaimer, I kind of messed up on my steps there. We do want to add the shallots and garlic before we add the seafood.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and get that little aroma working.
Okay.
And then we're going to go, trying to get the heat up. We're going to just deglaze the pan a little bit with some wine.
Right. And some good white wine, too.
Yeah.
Chef Bob says. If you wouldn't drink it, don't cook.
That's right. It's all going the same place, so you want to make sure you do the quality.
That's a good smell.
Okay. So we're kind of getting that bumped up here. We want to kind of cook off a little bit of that alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and just add some, let's go ahead and add the Dijon first.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll just put that in the center of the pan.
This looks like about a tablespoon or something?
Yeah, maybe about 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll you can always add more. And that's the rule of thumb. I'm just working that in a little bit.
Yes, very hard to take it out.
Absolutely.
But you can always add
I've
a
been
little
there,
bit
done
more.
that. So, it's just trial and error. You kind of learn. And then we're going to go ahead and add the cream to that.
Okay. Are we again looking for the middle of the pan? Or
Oh,
should
you
I
can just go all the way around. Yeah. Oops, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're kind of, and you can kind of work it to, like that was about a cup there. You might want to go a little bit more if you need to, but we're just going to let this work down. As it kind of heats up, it's going to tighten up a little bit for you. And then we'll just basically be done with that part of it.
Okay. And when do the scallions go in at the end?
Yeah, the very end, just kind of so you can still keep that color.
Okay.
Like I said, I pre-cooked some pasta.
Yes.
And this is the first time I really worked with it, and I said, thank you for turning me on to it.
Well, you introduced us to quinoa, and then I did. I mentioned to Chef Bob when I saw a quinoa pasta. I haven't had it like this in the long strands, just kind of the curls. And I mean, I couldn't really notice a huge difference in texture.
No, but the nutritional value is so much better for it. Too,
right.
So. And it's it's that super grain. It's very high in proteins, and if you want to do this without any kind of protein, that's where you get it from.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's tough to give up pasta when you're trying to cut down on your carbs. So
Absolutely.
I mean, at least you get that same texture.
And one thing it is, what is I guess we need to also mention, it is a gluten-free product, so that people that have those gluten allergies.
Yes.
It's an alternative for them.
There you go.
Yes. So, and this is kind of tightening up beautifully here. You did a good job.
What are you going to do with the Brussels sprouts?
We're going to do that in the next segment. We're going to just saute it off with a little pancetta. Finish it off, and a little trick that I use is just kind of keep the kids to maybe try it.
Okay. Well, I'm all ears for that. Okay. So we'll wait for it. That's coming up
we'll wait for it. Yeah, and that's coming up. Okay.
Anything special that you did to the crostini?
Crostinis, I just slice these down and then add a little bit of olive oil on top.
Okay.
Slightly toasted it. We're going to wait for that those garlic to come out. And then
I totally forgot about the garlic.
We got the garlic in there. We'll just lay down across top and put a little more Asiago and finish it off in the oven.
Okay. All right, we've got a lot to do when we come back. Right now, though, in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen with Chef Bob Hirasawa. He's about to do the Brussels sprouts, and he's given me a job to keep working on the crostini. Our roasted garlic bulb is out of the oven now, and you can just go in now, right, in each little pocket.
Right,
and get out the garlic, and it's now, because it's roasted, it's spreadable.
Right. It should be very, just very soft and spreadable there, and
yes.
we're just gonna top it off with a little bit of Asiago cheese on top and pop it back in the oven just to melt that cheese.
Okay.
pan.
And what are you doing while I'm doing this? What are you doing?
I'm trying to do just a different variation, doing Brussels sprouts. Great vegetable this time of year. You know,
Yes.
it's going to be available through until the spring.
Yes.
And rather than, you know, sometimes kids have trouble eating a whole big bowl. So I've taken this and shaved it down, just, you know, sliced it down a little bit. And then we're going to add some for our buzzers.
You know
some more
what?
bacon.
Virginia told me to turn this upside down and squeeze it, our our producer, and it's just making a big mess. And I think she tricked me.
It's good television.
Well, it's kind of working. Well, okay. Let's talk about the Brussels sprouts some more, because you're doing much better over there.
Well, I'm just doing. I'm going to saute the Brussels sprouts real quickly here. Add a little salt, a little pepper. Add the pancetta bacon. Add a little bit left over from the pasta. Okay. And am I doing this the right way?
I don't want you to look at me.
Am I doing the right way?
Let's get a close-up of the Brussels sprouts. Yes, you were doing it correctly.
Okay. And we're just going to get this sauteed up, and we don't need to really, you know, I'm trying to say, really cook it down. We want to kind of keep it a little al dente, a little bit crisp. But I'm going to go ahead and deglaze the pan a little bit with some white wine. You have a little vinegar or a little lemon juice.
You can use that too.
You can.
I have a lot of garlic on my thumb.
I think the one trick too, you got that kind of acidity in there. Add a little bit of sugar, and that takes a little bit of bitterness away from that too.
Oh, this was what you were talking about earlier when you said, I'm going to show you how to let the kids make the kids eat it.
I used to be able to fool the kids with that when they were younger, but you know, when they got older. But they'll still eat it now with the sugar in there, because it does kind of give that balance.
Yeah. All right, so I've gotten to the cheese part of this exercise. And what was the last thing? Pepper?
No. Or you can throw a little pepper on top.
It looks like there's pepper on yours.
I did.
I want to be the same. Plus, I love this pepper grinder. Any excuse.
Resolution for New Year, I'll get a new pepper grinder. Okay.
Don't do that. We've had such a good time with that one.
Okay. We're just going to pop it in the oven. Just takes about another minute.
Okay.
I'll come back for that. And this is all being done pretty much here. We're just going to let it cook down.
Smells good. And this over here is pretty much done.
Pretty much done.
Those tongs are hot.
Yeah, let me take those out for you.
Apparently, Bob's top.
I'm going to try to grab another carrot for you. And go ahead and just toss a little bit of the green onion in there.
Oh, okay.
That's the garnish we left on it.
You said a little bit.
And that's pretty much done.
Wow, they'll just spring right open on you.
They're still alive.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All we have to do now is just put it all together on a plate.
Put it on a
We'll
plate.
do that. And in the meantime, we'll chat with Cheryl about our next comedian.